watching by Market Fatafat right here on ET. Now it's a quick and comprehensive countdown of all the big movers and shakers today in trade. I'm Aurobindo Pharma, and we certainly do have a very strong market at hand. The Nifty had in fact touched the 11,300 mark, but we just have ebbed off that level a tad bit. Sensex 2 has clocked in gains of about 400 points. But without any further ado, let's kickstart the countdown by first introducing our research analysts as well as technical experts to join in on the show. We have Soumya Sharma, Siddharth Bhamre, Kunal Bothra and also Hemant Kapare of KR Chokshi Securities joining in. So good morning to all of you, and let's start off with the very first stock, and that is HDFC Life. The big block deal that is going to be taking place very soon. We understand that Standard Life is going to be selling a 4.93% stake in HDFC Life via an offer for sale. It's approximately 7 odd crore shares rather that Standard Life will be selling in HDFC Life. That transpires a 4.93% stake in the insurance giant, and that is something that's caused the stock price of HDFC Life to take a beating, more than 4% down, and that's the top stock we're flagging off on Market Fatafat. Moving on, Kunal, Aurobindo Pharma, important update as well. Remember, sources have told ET now that the pharma major has received an EIR for Unit 4, which indicates closure of the earlier issued Form 483, and we've seen a sharp rise come by the stock price post that. Kunal, your take on Aurobindo?
You know, the last 6 months, this is the fourth attempt the stock is trying to make to break this 800, 15 odd levels. The last 3 attempts were, not successful because the stock, after touching those levels, manages to retrace its back. But this time, looking at the market conditions overall and looking at the fourth test of a resistance mark, I believe a breakout could happen pretty soon for Aurobindo Pharma. So I believe that this could be the other, large cap stock which should rally substantially from current levels. 800 is a breakout point above which I believe, a short-term trader as well as a positional trader should buy Aurobindo Pharma.
Okay, so Aurobindo Pharma is higher by 4%. Hemant, Bombay Dying, what a surge witnessed in today's trading session, a double-digit uptick. What would you make of this move?
Well, frankly speaking, Mubina, it looks good. I think it's a hold. Stop loss 116, target 142. We have oscillator crossover buys coming in. Higher top, higher bottom, above the 55-day exponential moving average. And it's on the verge of overcoming a 18-week consolidation phase on the weekly chart. So it's a hold and a buy on decline.
Okay, so it's a hold and in fact a buy on decline. So Hemant is quite optimistic. Soumya, what's the news for Tata Motors?
Well, the company is in focus on back of order win. It has win order worth of 2,500 units for commercial vehicles from public sector institutions. Well, this includes order of 1,045 buses from the Gujarat State Roadways Transport Corporation, and the company, in addition to this, would also be supplying to National Health Commission in Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh and Haryana, and this is for supply of 1,000 Winger ambulances.
Okay, Tata Motors is higher by 1.8%. The next stock we're flagging off is Indian Bank, and yesterday's start we did see that trend come in PSU banks, and for Indian Bank that trend seems to be continuing.
Well, yes, and in continuation of that, what it has done, Mubina, is that it has breached its resistance zone of 263, 265 in a gap up opening. Now you're seeing that stock is around 270. It has not made much ground after gap up opening. Nevertheless, we are seeing that when it comes to futures and options segment, this stock percentage wise has added maximum open interest in the list of the stock, and needless to mention that these are long position, even the cash volumes are high. So watch out for this name. Not just Indian Bank, of course a lot of other PSU banks are doing well.
All right, so that's Indian Bank. Another banking stock is ICICI Bank, and Kunal, I think this has been on your radar for a while.
Absolutely, Mubina. We've been highlighting the stock, on and off. I think the last 1.5 or 2 weeks as well. And I was mentioning that the stock, which consolidates for 2 months, 3 months, and then you see a recovery of the entire consolidation in just a matter of 2 weeks. I believe that's a very strong sign that a new trend is in the making, or the stock which is consolidating, that consolidation is over. ICICI Bank at lifetime highs, I believe now should continue to charge higher. So the trend which you've seen for late 2018, that this stock was one of the leadership stock in terms of Nifty 50 as well as banking space, I believe that trend should continue for ICICI Bank yet again.
All right, so that is ICICI Bank today as well. It's higher by more than 3%. Lemon Tree Hotels, meantime, here there's been a bulk deal. Remember, yesterday we did see quite a lot of pricing action come by in the stock price. And yes, post-market hours, there was that bulk deal announcement that was made. Morgan Stanley Asia, turns out, has sold 52 lakh shares at 84.2 rupees per share. And on the other side of the transaction was Avapan Asia, which has purchased the same quantum. So on the back of that, we are seeing a 3% downtick come by in the stock price. Of course, do remember we have seen a lot of volatility come by as well in the stock. Yesterday, we did see that massive upsurge from 81 odd rupees to 84, and now it's just cooling to 87 rather, and now it's just cooling off a tad bit from those highs. So it's 3.7% lower for Lemon Tree Hotels. Hey, man, DLF, what's your opinion over here? I mean, we are seeing that neat 5.5% uptick that has come in after the market opened.
Well, Mubina, if one has a slightly medium-term point of view, I think it's a very clear hold. The stock looks stable. We've entered an intermediate uptrend. Though from a shorter-term point of view, we're getting slightly overbought. We're running into a congestion area between 188 and 194. So I would suggest a partial profit booking, especially if there's a shorter-term point of view.
All right. DLF, it's more or less a whole stance coming in from Hemin. Target, of course, is 194 rupees. Okay, Soumya, meantime, our screens have been buzzing with a lot of order wins, PSP projects. What's the news here?
Well, received letter of award for orders worth over 600 crore rupees for the state of Gujarat for industrial, institutional, government and residential projects from various clients. Well, post this, the total work orders received during the financial year 2018 and 19 on a standalone basis amounts to 1,442.5 crore rupees. Well, the stock was buzzing quite well during the morning, although it's come down from the day's high.
Okay, all right. So there's another banking stock on your radar, IndusInd Bank.
As we speak, Bank Nifty is just 40 points away from its all-time high, and IndusInd Bank certainly can contribute to Bank Nifty achieving that all-time high today itself. And what's happening in this stock that after quite some time we are seeing accumulation of open interest. Cash volumes, now we are just 2.5 hours into market, cash volumes are already at 2 months high, so you can understand the kind of activity the stock is showing. And with long accumulation, it seems that this stock is poised for a decent run-up from current levels. Mind you, in recent run-up, IndusInd Bank within private sector banking space has slightly underperformed. And the way statistics are building up, I think it might play a catch-up role soon and contribute towards achieving Bank Nifty its all-time.
All right, IndusInd Bank is higher by 1.6%, but really, the entire Nifty Bank team as well has been doing very well. Kunal, why are you flagging off Escorts?
So Escorts is one of those stocks, which has now crossed its 200-day moving average, and this I think has happened after almost 6 or 7 months. Last time the stock was trading above its long-term averages when the stock was at 850-900 levels, and that was somewhere in the month of August or September 2018. But nevertheless, I think the stock making a strong comeback, volumes pretty strong, and even the oscillators showing robust, indications on the daily and the medium charts indicates that the stock could rally, some more further from the near term. 800 to 820 could be the next target zone for Escorts.
Okay, so that is what's coming in with respect to Escorts. Power Grid, meantime, take a look at the uptick we are witnessing today in trade. And it's not just limited today, since the last 4 to 5 days, we've seen accelerated buying coming in. And not just that, from the lows of February of 170 to 175 rupees, we've seen quite an uptick come by in the stock price to now a level of 198 rupees. It's the second straight session, at least, that we are seeing this uptick come by in Power Grid. It's making its way towards 200 rupees. So, of course, it's edged off a tad bit from that 200 rupee level and is off the day's high. Okay, Hemen, GMDC, this one was quite a mover yesterday in trade. We had seen quite a lot of pricing action come by yesterday. Now today, the pricing action has increased. It's a 7% uptick today in this mid-cap counter.
Yes, Mubina, the stock has moved almost from 69.70 to 94.5. I believe we've run into resistance at higher levels. The stock is overbought. There is a bullish gap which I think might not be sustained in a couple of trading sessions. Normally the stock tries to cover up the gap. So I wouldn't talk about shorting it. It's not in the FNO, but I would definitely book profits over here to buy it back again at 84.
All right, so that's GMDC for you. Soumya, Jet Airways, what's the news?
Well, fund infusion coming in way for the cash-strapped aviation company. Etihad and NIF to refuel jet with approximately 3,800 crore rupees. Well, Etihad particularly would be infusing funds between 1,600 to 1,900 crore rupees for shareholding below 25. Where lenders would be converting part of their loans into equity and would be infusing close to about 1,000 crore rupees in the company for a 30% stake, while Naresh Goyal would be infusing 250 crores in the company for a stake of 17%. Well, Jet's 51% in Jet privilege would be pledged with them to raise funds. Well, this is as a bailout for the company.
All right, well, for now it's just 0.25% higher. Siddharth, the Ajanta Pharma, big mover today in trade.
Absolutely, and Movin, it's very interesting to see what's happening in this stock since June 2018. We know that pharma space has been underperforming and stocks have been going down, whether it's large cap or mid cap. Now, what has happened in last 6-7 months in Ajanta Pharma is that 3 times the stock came to around those 900 levels, and from there it has shown a bounce back. So 900 become a very strong support. What's happening since last 1 month is it is hovering around that range of 900 to 1000, and there has been huge pile up of or I would say the volumes were very high, and today it has given a price volume breakout above 1015 levels. So it all statistics put together, it seems that the bottom is in place, which is around 900, and stock has started its uptrend.
Okay, it's an uptick seen. It's gone above 1,000 rupees. In fact, 1,050 is where Ajanta is perched at. Well, we'll take a very short breather right here on the show, but before we let you take that quick break, remember that if you are one of those marketing enthusiasts who are curious about the changing relationships between cultures and brands, then Starflow, the Change Festival, is where you need to head to this weekend. Starflow, the Change Festival, curated and organized by the Times of India, is the country's first 2-day marketing conclave and festival where the finest minds in the business will come together to discuss the future of marketing and help you equip yourself with the next big change in marketing. Learn and share new and innovative ideas and network with industry and field experts of the country. Starflow takes place on the 14th and 15th of March at Taj Palace in New Delhi. For more information about the festival and to register yourself, visit Welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat right here on ET Now. Strength witnessed on the Indian rupee. But for now, let's keep it with individual stocks. Kunal, what are you witnessing on a Havells?
So I think the stock is on a very strong footing. We were highlighting this, I think, last week as well, previous week as well, that how the stock is forming a steady rising pattern where it's making a higher high and higher low on the hourly charts, and that's now looking very strong on the daily charts as well. So the stock is already at a fresh swing high, and I believe that the stock is on a very strong uptrend. So I think 800 to 820 could be the target zone for Havells, which I'm expecting could happen probably in the next 1.5 odd weeks. Stop loss could be kept at 740 for a fresh buy.
Okay, meantime, an order win coming in for JMC Projects. As per agencies, the company has secured orders worth 547 crore rupees, and this is essentially a water pipeline project of 315 crore rupees and residential and commercial projects of 232 crore rupees. In fact, Mr. S.K. Tripathi has also said that they're happy with the new order wins in the water and buildings businesses, that these new orders, along with their earlier orders essentially announced during the year, of course, reaffirm their commitment to deliver sustainable and profitable growth going ahead, and they are confident of delivering their guidance for the financial year 2018-2019. So the stock price, by the way, has jumped almost about 6% on an intraday basis. Now it's higher by 4.22%. Hemen, L&T today is a big mover. What would you recommend over here?
I think it looks good. We have higher bottoms in place. We have entered an intermediate uptrend. We are above the 55-day exponential moving average. Stock is good. So I would suggest a hold. Stop loss at 1380. Shorter term target of 1420. A positional target of 1450. Further up,
Okay, we just lost his audio tad bit towards the end, but yes, he did essentially flag off that we are seeing an uptrend in the stock price. Okay, Soumya, here's a stock we don't flag off very often. That's TRF.
TRF Limited would be issuing preference shares worth over 250 crore rupees on a private placement basis to Tata Steel. Well, this comes in order to restructure the balance sheet and repay their debts.
Okay, so that is TRF Limited. They are essentially diluting their shares, their share capital to raise money to cut debt. Siddharth, NBCC, what are you observing?
Well, 5% up on this stock, Mubina, and clearly we are seeing formation of long position. Now, what happened in NBFC is that 63 is a strong resistance, and it seems that the stock is challenging that level. Right now, it is around 61.5, 62. But the way strong volumes are there in cash market, the built-up in futures, it seems that that resistance would breach. And if that resistance breaches, then we are talking about fresh rally or fresh breakout in NBCC. So watch out for this infra names, and there are a lot of mid-cap infra names which are doing well. So a rub-off effect can be seen on NBCC as well.
Okay, NBCC at the day's high, 4.9% higher. Kunal, Ashok Leyland, what are you observing here? Why are you flagging this one off?
So, the stock has bounced off from its oversold indicators in the last 3-4 weeks. When it was sub 80 levels, that time, I believe most of the oscillators on the longer term charts had entered into the oversold territory. Now on the daily time frame at 95, 95.5 approximately on spot levels, the stock is also nearing a 50-day moving average resistance. So I believe that the stock should now, remain in a range. I think this 95 to 96 could act as a short-term, resistance, and you could see the stock scaling up higher to almost 100 plus levels only if the stock breaks out of this resistance mark.
Okay, so Ashok Leyland is higher by 0.9%. Stock number 22, KC International. Like I said, our screen is buzzing with a lot of new order wins. KC has won new orders worth 1,323 crore rupees, and they are across the T&D business where it's a 287 crore order. There's a railway order win as well where it's 644 crore rupees. Into smart infrastructure, 233 crore rupees. So it's across a lot of segments. In fact, Vimal Kejriwal has also said that they're delighted with the new order wins. The substation order win in UAE as well has more or less strengthened their portfolio in the Middle East market. Railways helps further consolidate their order book in that segment and establish themselves in the railway segment. So KC International is buzzing. It's 2.5% higher. Himain, we were flagging of Nifty Bank and how it's just a couple of points away from the record high levels. Your view here?
I would be slightly cautious, Mubina. We started this settlement sub 12 lakhs. We've added almost 100% OI. We've added another 18% today, and the open interest as per the Bank Nifty stands at around 24 lakhs. I believe a small bout of consolidation cannot be ruled out. I wouldn't recommend a short over here, but 28,377, a gap up opening today after such a move, I think a small consolidation can be used to buy. So as of now, it's a hold. On a decline closer to 28,000, it would quantify as a buy for me, Mubina. But currently, I think it's a no trade zone, not a short, but a hold or a buy on decline.
Okay, so slightly cautious, but yes, still not a sell call on Nifty Bank. Well, on that note, we are completely out of time. So, Soumya, Siddharth, Kunal, thanks to all of you for joining in. And Himain, thanks for giving your technical strategies to our viewers. We'll wrap it up on this edition of the show. Markets at noon comes up after a short break.